So Kabbalat Shabbat is comprised of a series of 7 psalms, one for each day of the week, culminating in the 7th psalm, which is dedicated to Shabbat itself. So as part of our Shabbat psalms, we will turn to page 13. And a few lines up from the bottom. Ya'aloz sadai v'chol asher bo az yirananu kol atzei yar. That these trees and everything in creation is going to sing and dance and celebrate Shabbat as a happy day, a joyous day. So if you know this, please sing along. If you don't know this, you will know it by the end. Ya'aloz sadai.
Yeah, Arbel, dance moves are expected on the Shabbat.
That's right.
Friends. We got
and if
aisles.
Anybody else want to dance,
don't be shy.
Please, don't be shy.
Just don't knock over the cameras. But other than that,
starting on page 20, we have come to the moment where we officially, finally, after all of these songs and all of these rituals and all of these blessings, we finally welcome Shabbat herself, embodied in this metaphor of a queen or a bride. We'll sing Boi Kala and welcome the spirit of Shabbat.
All right, all my friends here, I have a very important job for you. Arbel, Maya, and your families. You see those doors? When I look at you and I point to you, I want you to go over and I want you to make sure those doors are open, okay? Can you help me out with that? You can bring your whole family. I'll look at you. Don't worry. A grown-up will be there to help you. We got you. Here we go. Boi Kala. 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 Lefadodi. Lefadodi. Boi Kala. Boi Kala. Boi Kala. Boi Kala. Boi Kala. All right, let's see some dance moves now. Boi Kala. You got it, Amma. Boi. Boi Kala. Arbel, Maya, will you go for the last time we sing this? Will you go open those doors for us? Will you go run and open those doors? Laura Sherry, she's right back there. Yeah, or we'll just have them open. Yeah, Maya, go for it. I know you see her. I know you do it. We'll sing if you decide to do it. Or else, yes, run! Run, little ones! Moikala, let's sing it one more time. Welcome to Sabbath Friday Shabbat. Here we go. Moikala, 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 Moikala. Nicely done. Moikala, 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 Moikala. One more time. Lechadodi. 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 You got it now. One more time. Moikala. 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 Oh, nicely done back there, friends. I feel Shabbat is here. Yeah, Alma, give yourself a round of applause. Nicely done.
So Shabbat is one big celebration, both for us as well as all of creation. And so many of our prayers and psalms and songs talk about just how amazing it is, how good it is, like we started, how good it is that we can be here, how great the opportunity is to pause from our crazy running around, but sometimes we have to get a little bit more out. How great it is to pause, how great it is to gather, how great it is to take an opportunity to offer words of gratitude. Magadu Masachaya Me'odam kumachebo Techa Magadu Masachaya
Please sing any part you like. Hallelujah, 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 hallelujah,
So at this time, now that we have expressed our gratitude and warmed up our bodies and souls. We will turn to page 28 and rise for the Baruch Hu. You may be seated. On page 32, we turn to Ahavat Olam. Shabbat is an opportunity, now that we've slowed down and made time and made space, for us to think about the things and the people and the places that we love and that we're grateful for. Ahavat Olam talks about God's love for us and for all of creation, and we reflect that spark of divinity inside of us by showing love to the people around us, to the creatures around us, to the world around us. Ahavat Olam. Ahavat Olam, Laila,
Baruch atah Adonai, Ohev Amo Yisrael. Ohev Amo Yisrael.
So this week, we read from Parshat Ekev. We're getting towards the end of the book of Deuteronomy and thus the end of the Torah. And something very unique and very special about the book of Deuteronomy, of Dvarim, is one particular word and one particular set of words. Shomea, Shema, Lishmoa. 92 different times throughout this one book, we hear the word that means to listen. And I gotta tell you, when the Torah repeats a word or a phrase, we better listen up. This entire book is Moses's closing soliloquy, this grand monologue that he gives standing in front of the Israelites before they cross into the Promised Land, a land that he himself will never get to step foot into, despite his leadership throughout the 40 years in the desert. And he's telling them, almost in a very worried way, Shomea, listen. He wants to impart the wisdom that he has gathered over the course of his 40 years traveling in the desert, over the course of his life, and also the special knowledge that he has been imbued with, that has been given to him directly by God, that he won't get to take with him into the Promised Land, that the people are going to have to carry for him. Judaism is a tradition built on stories. And to my mind, the stories that we tell over and over and over again, the stories from the Torah, from our cultural folk traditions, as well as within our own families, tell us more about who we are as a people, and dare I say, might even be more important than the text itself. That opportunity to listen and to hear our stories gives us the rarest insight, the most important insight into who the Jewish people are and who we might be and how we fit into that chain of tradition. There's a story that comes to us from the Baal Shem Tov, a 17th, 18th century rabbi from Poland who is acknowledged as really the founder of what we consider to be Hasidic Judaism. But at that point in time, in the 1800s, it was really a movement of spiritual renewal. So the story says, when the great Baal Shem Tov saw misfortune threatening the Jewish people, it was his custom to go into a certain part of the forest to meditate. There he would light a fire and say a special prayer, and the miracle would be accomplished, and the misfortune would be averted. Later on, his student had the occasion for the same reason. The Jews were under threat, and he needed to go and ask God for help. So he went out to the same place in the forest and he said, Master of the universe, listen. I've heard the story, but I don't know how to light the fire, and I'm unable to say the prayer. But yet again, the miracle would be accomplished. Still, even later, his student, in order to save the people one more time, would go out into the forest and say, Master of the universe, listen. I've heard the story, but I don't know how to light the fire, and I don't know the prayer, but I know the place. And that must be sufficient. And indeed it was sufficient, and the miracle was accomplished. And then even later still, the student of the Baal Shem Tov was tasked with overcoming misfortune on behalf of his people. And he sat down in his house with his head in his hands and said, Master of the universe, listen, I can't light the fire. I can't find the place in the forest. I don't know the words of the prayer. But I grew up hearing this story, and I can tell that story. And that, God, that has to be sufficient. And indeed, it was. And the misfortune was averted. This is the power of listening and asking others, including God, to listen. Sometimes, like in this story, miracles can happen, but more often than not, when we get really quiet, when we listen, we can tune in to what our bodies and our spirits really need. And maybe, just maybe, we might hear a whisper of the divine in our own ears, telling us the secrets of the universe, or maybe simply reminding us of all the ways that we are connected to the story of our ancestors, and how we might use their wisdom and the wisdom of our own experiences to make the most of our lives, to make this world a little better than how we found it. Shabbat Shalom. And with the words and the instruction to listen, we turn to the Shema on page 34. In some communities, it's their custom to rise. In other communities, it's their custom to sit, whatever is most comfortable for you. And I encourage all of you, whether you're sitting or standing, to close your eyes or cover your eyes with your hands and take a moment to breathe, to listen to the still small voice within you. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad, Baruch Shem Kevod Malchuto Le'olam Va'ed. Page 36. Ve'ahavta et Adonai Elohecha bechol levavcha uvechol nafshecha uvechol me'odecha ve'hayu hadvarim ha'ele asher anochi mitzavecha hayom al levavecha ve'shinantam levanecha ve'dibarta bam Beshivtecha b'veitecha uv'lachtecha v'derech uv'shokbecha uv'kumecha ukshartam leot al yadecha v'hayu letotafot bein einecha uktavtam al mezuzot beitecha uv'isharecha Leman tizkeru v'asitem et kol mitzvotai v'yitem kedoshim le'elohechem Ani Adonai Elohechem asher hotzeiti echem me'eretz Mitzrayim liot lachem l'Elohim Ani Adonai Elohechem Adonai Elohechem emet. We turn to page 40 for the Mi Chamocha, the Israelites' song of redemption, the Jewish people's song of freedom.
You got these words.
I hate to interrupt, but I would be remiss if I did not take the opportunity to introduce you all to Josh Cohen, our music educator. Sorry,
Howdy, people.
I missed you at the top, but we have some new folks, and I just want to make sure that y'all know
All the folks
who
in the
Josh
back.
is, and we're so grateful
I'm here.
to have him here.
If you've
singing
missed me, you haven't
along.
spent enough time, so I'm trying to be like all over the place, right, Ruben? Yeah, you know. How y'all doing? We're still with us this Shabbat? Nice, amazing. Yes, I know. It's like we're doing a Shabbat. Yeah, just
Amazing.
checking.
So
I know
we're
it's
gonna-
Friday. It's like,
So we're actually going to take it down a notch for our Hashki Venu, which can be found on page 42. This is our opportunity. This is a special nighttime prayer that asks God to shelter us with a Sukkot Shalom, a shelter of peace. You know that you're never too old to be afraid of the dark. The dark can be scary. The unknown can be scary. And so at those times, whether it's at night or in moments of uncertainty, we can always ask for help, not only from the people around us, but from God, who is always with us. Page 42.
Hashivenu Adonai Eloheinu Shalom V'hamidenu Shomreinu Lechaim Hashivenu Adonai Eloheinu Shalom V'hamidenu Shomreinu Lechaim. Everything's gonna be alright. Everything's gonna be alright. Everything's gonna be alright. Just go to sleep tonight. You gotta try everything. Everything's gonna be alright. Everything's gonna be alright. Everything's gonna be alright. Just go to sleep tonight. Everything's gonna be alright. Everything's gonna be alright. Everything's gonna be alright. Just go to sleep tonight. Hashkivenu Adonai Elohim שומרנו לחיים, השכיבנו אדוני, אלוהינו לשלום, להעמידנו שומרנו לחיים.
So at this point in our service, we have arrived at the tefillah, the amidah, the standing prayer, the central entree on our menu of prayer options this evening. It can be found on page 46, and we will recite as a community through 48, 50, and 52, after which you are welcome to continue with the words on the page or turn inward to the words and the meditations of your heart, and we'll come back together on page 52 with Osei Shalom. So at this time, for the tefillah, the amidah, the standing prayer, I will ask that you rise if you are able. Na 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 Adonai. Na 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 Svatai Tiftach. Na 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 Ufi Page 48. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu v'Elohei avoteinu v'imotenu Elohei Avraham, Elohei Yitzchak, Elohei Yaakov, Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka, Elohei Rachel, Elohei Leah. Ha'el Hagadol, Hagibor v'Hanora, El Elyon, Gomel Chasadim Tovim, V'konei Hakol, V'zocher Chastei Avot v'Imahot, Umevi Geula Livnei V'neihem, Leman Shemo Ve'ahava, Melech Ozer U'Moshia U'Magen, Baruch atah Adonai, Magen Avraham, Bezrat Sarah. Page 50. Atah Gibor Le'olam Adonai, Mechaye Hakol atah Rav Le'oshia, Morid Hatal, Mechalkel Chaim Bechesed, Mechaye Hakol Berachamim Rabim, Somach Noflim Verofech Olim, Umatir Asurim, Umekayem Emunato, Lishenei Afar, Bichamocha Bal Givorot, Umido Melach, Melech Memit, Umechaye, Umatzviach Yeshua, V'ne'eman Atalech Hayot HaKol, Baruch atah Adonai, Mechaye hakol. Page 52. Ata kadosh v'shimcha kadosh, u'kadoshim b'chol yom yahalelucha sela. Baruch atah Adonai, ha'el hakadosh. Please continue silently.
Say shalom b'roma, hu yaseh shalom aleinu. Say shalom b'roma, hu yaseh shalom aleinu. Say shalom b'roma, hu yaseh shalom aleinu. Yaseh shalom, yaseh shalom, shalom aleinu. Ve'achol Yisrael. Yaseh shalom, yaseh shalom, shalom aleinu. Ve'achol Yisrael. Oh, say shalom b'roma. Sing it out. Hu yaseh shalom aleinu. Oh, say shalom b'roma. Hu yaseh shalom aleinu. Oh, say shalom b'roma. Hu yaseh shalom aleinu. Yaseh shalom, yaseh shalom, shalom aleinu. Ve'achol Yisrael. Yaseh shalom, yaseh shalom, shalom aleinu. Ve'achol Yisrael. Yaseh shalom. Sing it out. Yaseh shalom, shalom aleinu. Ve'achol Yisrael. Yaseh shalom, yaseh shalom, shalom aleinu. Ve'achol ha'olam. Whole world, right, Ruben?
That's right. May the one who makes peace up high bring peace to us, to all Israel, and to the whole wide world, to which we say,
Amen.
Amen.
Erev Tefillah is going to be insane this year. Get excited.
At this moment in our time this evening, we turn to our prayer for healing, the Mishaberach, which can be found on page 253. This week, our community is thinking of Joseph Siegel, Richard Halpern, Karen Landman, Lindy Lieberman, Joyce Golden, Linda Hoffman, Esther Neshama, Karen Weber, Judy Shepro, Naomi Fisher, Cassandra Warshavsky, Jeffrey Colt, Joseph Siegel, and Glenna Bubb, as well as Chaim Moshe, Dalia Bat Miriam, and Yisrael Beryl, Ben Galia Rachel, Label Yankel. If anybody in this room or if anyone joining us on Zoom has a name to share, please raise your hand and I will call on you.
Becca Cohen.
Community on Zoom. Liesel, Jerry, Susan, and Alan, Judy Trojan, the members of the Berkman Marcus family, Salman Rushdie. Page 253. Misheberach Avoteinu Mekor Abracha Leimoteinu. May the source of strength who bless the ones before us, help us find the courage to make our lives a blessing, and let us say Misheberach Imoteinu Mekor Abracha Leavoteinu. Bless those in need of healing with refuah shlema, for renewal of body, for renewal of spirit, and let us say Amen. Amen. So at this time, I will ask that we rise as we are able. And I would like to teach y'all a new, slightly different version of Aleinu L'Shabeach on page 287. Nope, 280. Sorry. On 284. 1, 2, 3, 4 lines up from the bottom of the first paragraph. V'hashevota el levavecha ki Adonai hu ha'Elohim. So this is going to be a call and response. So I'll start, you'll repeat after me. We'll do that a couple times, just those 2 lines. And then we'll move on to the closing V'ne'emar paragraph on page 287. I promise you'll catch on quickly. Ready?
I'm ready.
V'hashevota el levavecha ki Adonai hu ha'Elohim Hu ha-Elohim. One more time. V'ha-shevota, v'ha-shevota, el levavecha, el levavecha, ki Adonai, ki Adonai, hu ha-Elohim, hu ha-Elohim. One more time. V'ha-shevota, v'ha-shevota, el levavecha, el levavecha, ki Adonai, ki Adonai, hu ha-Elohim, hu ha-Elohim, v'ne'emar, v'haya Adonai, lemelech al kol haaretz, bayom hahu, bayom hahu, yeh Adonai echad, u'shemo, u'shemo, u'shemo echad. You may be seated. At this time, we'll turn to the Mourner's Kaddish on page 294 in our books, and it's shared on the screen for those joining us remotely. This is our opportunity to call to mind and to call into this space the names and the spirits of those who are no longer with us. And whether you're observing a formal period of mourning or just remembering someone close to you who died at this season in years past, I encourage you to speak their name and share with the community those that you're thinking of. Zichronah Librach. Additionally, from the Zoom, Rebecca Grossman, as well as Dorothy Zenkel, and my grandmother, Wendy Queen. Natalie Queen, sorry. For those for whom it is your custom, or those who would like to support those in our community who are in mourning, we will rise as you are able on page 294. Yitgadal v'yitgadash shemei Rabbah, ba'alma divrach yirutei v'yamlich malchutei, b'chayechon u'v'yomechon u'v'chayei d'chol beit Yisrael, ba'agalau v'izman kariv v'imru amen. Yehei shmei Rabbah mevarach le'olam olamei almaya, yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitramam v'yitnaseh, v'yithadar v'yithale v'yithalal shemei kudsha brichu, le'ela min kol birchata v'shirata tushbachata v'nechemata da'amiran be'alma v'imru amen. Yehei shlama rabba min shemaya v'chayim aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael v'imru amen. Oseh shalom bimromav hu ya'aseh shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael ve'al kol yoshvei tevel v'imru amen. Oseh shalom bimromav hu ya'aseh shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael seated. Couple of announcements before we gather in the tent after for some ice cream oneg. Please mark your calendars for next Friday. Next Friday, August 26th? Wow. Next Friday, no? 2 weeks? That's not the right date. Yeah, next week? Wow, time flies, man. Next week, Friday, August 26th at 6 p.m., we will be back here, same time, same place for Shabbat services, both physically here in our chapel as well as virtually to begin the celebrations for Mira Munzer, who is becoming bat mitzvah the following Saturday at 10:30 a.m. in our sanctuary, both in person and virtually. We are very excited to celebrate you, Mira.
Yes, we are.
Additionally, we are still looking for singers and musicians to join the TOS chorus and band. Please come and play with us. Please contact David Spar, our music director, if you are interested, or come find me or Josh later. We would love to hear from you. Even if you're like not that good. If you love music and you sing or you play an instrument, please come jam with us. Please check your email newsletters and the TOS website for more information and to register for our in-person events, including High Holidays. That information, I believe, is live on our website. Yes, I have gotten confirmation that information is live on our website. And again, at the conclusion of tonight's service, please join us in the tent for some ice cream, oneg action. We would love to see you there. Kiddush and Motzi.
Let's do it. Making a motzi.
For those for whom it is your custom, you may rise for Kiddush. Vayerev vayivoker yom hashishi, vayichulu hashamayim v'haaretz v'kol tevam. Vayichal Elohim bayom hashvi'i melachto asher asa. Vayishpot bayom hashvi'i mikol melachto asher asa. Vayivarech Elohim et yom hashevi, vayikadesh oto, ki hivo shavat mikol melachto asher bara Elohim lasot savri. L'chaim. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, borei peri hagafen. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kitshanu b'mitzvotav v'ratzavanu, v'shabbat kodsho be'ahava uvratzon inchilanu, zikaron lema'aseh v'reishit, ki hu yom techila b'mikra'e kodesh, zecher l'tziat Mitzrayim, kivanu v'acharta, Ve'otanu kidashta mikohanim, ve'shabbat kodshecha, ve'ahava uratzon inchaltanu, baruch atah Adonai mekadesh hashabbat. Chaim. Though many of us enjoyed some tacos outside, we'll nonetheless say our motzi. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, hamotzi lechem min haaretz. Shabbat shalom. So we will close our service with, as we close many prayers, a prayer for peace. Od yavo shalom aleinu. May peace be upon us and upon everyone, everywhere.
Amen.
Od yavo shalom aleinu. Od yavo shalom aleinu. Od yavo shalom aleinu.
Od yavo shalom aleinu. Od yavo shalom aleinu. Od yavo shalom. Shalom Aleinu, Hodjavo Shalom Aleinu, Hodjavo Shalom Aleinu, Ve'al Kulam.
Shabbat Shalom, y'all.
Thank you, Matthew Desi, for running tech tonight.
Thank you, and thank you to
amazing.
Josh.
Oh,
and thank
always.
you to Amy
Thank
and
you to Rabbi
Sherry and our
Queen.
whole staff
Friends.
who makes this place run so beautifully and seamlessly. And we'll see y'all outside. Shabbat Shalom.
Eat the food.